G'day guys, Jack from Melbourne Muscular Therapies here. Ninja's got a bit of plantar fasciitis going on, don't you, Ninja?
Yeah, it's
probably
true.
shouldn't do that to him, it probably hurts quite a lot. We're going to sort that out for him today though. So typically the way that plantar fasciitis presents is have pain in like one or a couple of areas. Really common those like around this, like inside the bottom of the heel, so around the anterior edge of the calcaneus. And perhaps down through this medial arch, maybe even down through across some of the other metatarsals and stuff as well. We're just going to start and give a really good clean out through this whole area. So we're going to start using our classic MMT approach of going straight into where the pain's coming from, digging in and giving that a little bit of a clean out. So we can start to take the edge off to begin with, have a bit of an explore, see if there's any nuggets in there. How you holding up there, Ninj?
Good. Yeah.
Feeling okay for now?
Yep. Yep.
So I'm just trying to get right up into that heel bone.
Whoa. It's good.
Getting a little bit of those bubble wrap feeling going on in there at little points. You can feel the adhesion starting to break up and things starting to move. I'm going to move a little quicker for the camera, but we'd really slow this down in an actual treatment. It might take 5, maybe even 10 minutes just to do a little line across there like that, depending on what's going on and where feels tight. This is often a really good spot, right on this medial corner as well. Feels a little tight on Ninja there. How are you holding up there, man?
Yeah, good. Going well. Good connection, nice and slow, and I'm kind of really getting more in tune with my own body, my receiving.
Great.
Feel when things are connected, and whoa.
Yeah, and you want to move really slowly when you're working through the soles of the feet here, especially with plantar fasciitis, since it's often quite intense and can be quite painful. It's can often be quite acute when people come in to see you for it. And you often don't need to apply a whole lot of pressure to start getting some pretty big responses. But you want to, you want to move nice and slowly as you go down through there as well. Even speeding this up as I am, we still want to move slowly because we don't want Ninja jumping off the table. We don't want to cause any damage. There's often little pockets of calcification or adhesion down through these tissues from all of the work our feet do on a day-to-day basis. It's often a really nice spot in here. So probably see this better on the other foot. I'm right in around here, which is pretty much right where the perineals come down and insert in. Often gets pretty nasty. There's a lot of tendinous attachments there.
Whoa.
There we go. There's the curry.
Yeah.
It's hot enough for you, Ninj?
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
So yeah, we want to open up through this arch as well. So we're really trying to open up these tissues that are often kind of a bit stuck or a bit locked in place, often don't get enough movement from being in shoes all day, or you're kind of being strapped into place, really. And so you can't get as much movement as we want, so we want to be able to get that movement back in through Ninja's arch, so that all the little bones and all the joints in there can actually start to move again, can support his body when he's walking around. And the more we open these up, the freer it'll start to feel. Just want to be careful of those tender spots there. See some nice little twitches going on there. How's that feeling, Ninja?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, going well. It was just that one line that really got me. But this is a similar line, but I think it's you calmed it down and pains out. Oh, yeah.
Still some stuff in there, but
yeah, it's a bit too soon. Whoa.
It's definitely one of those areas that you often need like a couple of lines through to like peel back the layers. You know, kind of get a little bit deeper each time as the body opens up, and we get a bit more hydration back into those tight and dehydrated muscles and tissues.
That's good.
Just hunting for anywhere that feels a little bit stuck or
It's good.
spicy like that.
Yeah.
It's nice to kind of, when you're doing this kind of thing as well, to break it up with a little bit of a broader stroke. Every now and again, just to kind of move things through, keep things moving, but give the body a bit of a break as well. I might even go back up again through that arch. It's good to play with different directions. Sometimes as the angle, you know, taking a slightly different approach can make all the difference. And after we go up through here, we're going to have a bit of a look at Ninja's calf. And just do like a bit more of a general open up and see if there's any spots that really jump out in there. It's often often if the calf's really tight, so it comes down through the Achilles tendon and inserts into the calcaneus as well. If you're really tight up there, you can get this kind of pulling effect all the way through that can kind of result in pain and inflammation in various different areas through the plantar fascia. There's just often too much tightness there, so we just want to be able to really loosen that up. Get in some, this is a really good way to get up underneath that heel bone again.
Feels good. Wow.
Yeah, you can really kind of connect in with the front of that. Coming up from this angle. And this is often a great spot for a lot of people. Yeah, I'm just going to speed this up a little bit, but just going to move across. Holding up okay there, man?
Yeah, good, good.
Not speeding it up too much.
Nah.
And just tracing all the way around there as well. Right. All right. Might just get a little bit of something nice after doing a little bit of that to just get a little bit of mobilization through the foot as well. So just taking it through some, can never remember which way around this is, but some inversion and some eversion. Just trying to get those metatarsals to move and pivot a little bit again without any kind of relying on the knee or the hip to get the movement through there. Often feels quite nice as well just to have stretched out and moved around. Sometimes you get some nice little pops as the joints start to loosen up again. And we'll just take a couple of lines up through Ninja's calf, get things kind of loosened up in the area around as well. So I just dropped in there and let the pisiform, my pisiform, this part of my palm, connect into the top of the calcaneus there, and now I'm just letting it glide on up I'm not applying too much pressure to start with, although Ninja might disagree with that.
No, that's fine. It's good.
Great. But this is really like an exploratory stroke. You know, you want to see if there's any kind of hardened bits, any bits that feel, you know, particularly tight or dense or anything like that. So you can start to loosen that up a little bit more as well. It's also a great way to get some alleviation through the sole of the foot. There's a little bit going on there in Ninja as well.
Yeah.
It's also a great way to get, you know, kind of take the edge off some of what can be going on underneath the foot in plantar fasciitis without having to go directly to that point. Like if it's a bit too intense or a bit too much, you know, it can be nice to start with something like this as well. You know, take the pressure off. Slowly working up through the Achilles and the soleus into the gastroc. Just really kind of letting that pisiform guide us through. Coming all the way up to the back of the knee until you hit those femoral condyles at the back of the knee there, and then just grabbing the thumb or maybe an elbow if you feel like they're up to it. Just doing a little bit of spot treatment as well, going back to anywhere that felt like it was particularly tight or tender, anywhere you made them jump. Just getting a little bit of pressure through some of those tighter bits. Doing okay there, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Getting into some good stuff?
Yeah. Up in that top calf, deep down.
Yeah.
Bone level, I can kind of feel there's some good things.
You might even want to just do some little movements with your ankle there, man, while I'm on some of those spots. Getting some, you know, getting your client to do some active movement while they're on the table, while you've got their muscles pinned, can introduce a nice little bit of active release through there. Can speed up the process for them a little bit. Can also be a little bit of a distraction from the pain, from having to just, you know, kind of solely focus on that. Let them kind of explore it a little bit with their movement as well. Smooth that back out for Ninja again. A bit less weight on the pisiform now, and just a little bit more broad through the whole heel of the palm. And you can stand on up for a moment, Ninja. We'll just go, or just even sit on the edge of the table would be great. So we'll just go through. Sit is fine.
Well,
yeah, perfect. Yeah, not really like this, but yeah, more like that. That's perfect.
I was going to go for a Blake one.
100%. I'm just going to take Ninja through a couple of little exercises that I'll often give just to help with this kind of thing. So little things you can do at home. Can be really helpful to grab a little towel, or maybe some paper towel or some newspaper or something. And so just grabbing up with your foot, as you put your foot on it, and then you just want to really get the feet engaged by using your toes to really scrunch that towel up. It's a great way to get some of the movement back in there. It's a good one to do if, you know, been sitting on the dunny for a while or feeling bored.
Works better on the one that you fixed, that you worked on.
There you go.
There you go, look at that.
Fancy that, eh?
I can't. Yeah, I wasn't as... starting to get a bit more skilled, but this one could really grab onto it. Yeah,
as you get that looseness, particularly through that medial arch and just through the whole through all of those metatarsals. You can kind of use it a bit more like a hand. You get a little bit looser, a little bit more movement through there.
Yeah.
And that you might find that really difficult to start with as well. That could be really, really challenging. I know the first time I did it, I was just sitting here like this, couldn't move it at all. So like it gets easier with practice. But another one you might want to try as well, particularly if there's a lot of tension in the calves, is just toe taps. So you can start with this seated, and eventually you can move to doing it standing up. But you just literally are just keeping your heels on the ground and just tapping with the front of your foot. Go for about 40 or 50 of those. Just do that once or twice a day, and that'll start to build up some strength through your tib ants, through the anterior compartment of your lower legs, and it'll get them nice and strong. What you're doing there is you're creating like some counter tension to the tension that builds up in the calf. And so over time, that'll help you to not have this kind of excessive tension, excessive pulling through the back that's really kind of yanking on the calcaneus and on the ankle bone, and through that on the plantar fascia, and then you've got this much more balanced tension, much more balanced movement through there. Like I said, then you can do that standing up, progress just doing that standing up. But also, one of the things that's really good, especially if the foot's feeling really kind of stuck and like there's not a whole lot of movement there, is you can come down onto one knee and you can really focus on bringing the movement back through the arch really, really intentionally. To do that, so you want to be focusing on having 3 points of contact through like the ball of the little toe, the ball of the big toe, and through the heel, making sure that those 3 points are always in contact. And what you want to do is you want to really exaggerate the arch and then exaggerate the flattening. And you do that by grabbing onto your lower legs. You want to be nice and supported, so having the back leg somewhere that's nice and sturdy. And then you want to you want to lean forward and back and rotate your lower leg as you do this. So really rotating that tibia in towards your other leg as you go in, and really flatten the arch. That's the way an inch. Yeah, really like exaggerate it. Yep, that's great. And then come all the way back. Yeah, that's it. And like take your knee outwards. Make sure you keep that toe on the ground. Perfect. Yep, and then just trying to really rotate it inwards and outwards. Even 10 of those, you'll feel completely, if you've never done anything like this before, you'll feel very, very different. You'll probably find it's really difficult to start. Your toe wants to come up heaps. You don't get a whole lot of movement there. And even after just a little bit, you'll start to notice that you can actually move your foot quite a lot. There's quite a bit of movement that happens there. And you can start to reintroduce it that way.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a good little introduction of how you can start to work on plantar fasciitis stuff. Obviously, if you've got a little massage ball at home, you can start to do some of that work yourself and even have a little play digging your thumbs in and that kind of thing. But we're here, that's what we do. It's what we're here for, help people out of pain, get that kind of thing fixed, and then then it's just a matter of helping you to build the strength back up and not have it be an issue anymore. Yeah. Make ourselves redundant, as it were. Yeah.
Yeah, get barefoot too.
Oh man, that's a huge one. Getting barefoot, getting out on the grass, and kind of off the concrete where you can. Like if you barefoot at home as much as you possibly can. Obviously, it can be quite painful, but yeah, getting a little bit of time out on the grass, you can get all the proprioception going with all the nerves. And really encourage your feet to move a lot, because it's those uneven surfaces that really help kind of get your brain to activate your feet and get everything moving properly again. Really, really, really important step.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, all the concrete, all the flat surfaces, they weren't there 100 years ago, or
100%.
If you go out in nature, it's all undulating and
totally. It's just hard all the time.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of variety. Variety in texture and all of that kind of stuff as well. Yeah,
we weren't designed with shoes and concrete and floorboards in mind, were we?
Nope.
So, get back in touch with your feet.
Dirt and grass and rocks and stuff.
Nature,
on trees and stuff.
Yeah, climb.
But yeah, And you'd be amazed how much you can feel with it as well. You know, if it's not something you do very often, you'd be amazed how much sensation you can get through the bottom of your feet once you really start to get into it and start to pay attention to what's going on there.
Yeah, I feel like you're living life more fully when you're barefoot. Yeah, just all the different temperatures, textures. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's awesome to feel it. Yeah, you know what's going on.
100%.
More in tune with
100%.
The rhythm of the earth.
Yeah.
It's a little pulse.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're suffering from plantar fasciitis pain, or if you've got pain in your feet, if you've got pain in your ankle, your calf, or anything that's related to any of these kinds of issues that we've had a bit of a look at today, come on down to MMT, book in a session. Me or Ninja, anyone in here, we'll fix you. Come on down.
Like, subscribe, look at our links below, courses and things like that. Thanks for your support. Come and see Jack.
Come on!
Get it done.